with no idea or no intention of becoming world champion, but I was curious to find out what it was like to drive a car fast, to drive on a certain circuit, to drive a certain type of car. I keep it in the back of my mind that I don't want to go on motor racing forever. I know one can't do that. I started motor racing because I enjoyed it, and I still motor race because I do enjoy it. Try to look at the future and see what I'm going to do once I give up motor racing.
Hello and welcome along to the West Wales Karting Virtual Racing Jim Clark Championship. And this is round 2 today at the classic Silverstone circuit before we head to Hockenheim. And we're using the Lotus 49s, as you can see, the famous 1967 car that Jim Clark drove. From round 1, it was Scuderia Sam who finished first in that one at Monza, followed by Alex CDL and Stuart Davis and D-Man there. So the points, as you can see, according to the first, second, third, fourth, etc. positions that they finished in. And we've got 8 drivers here now on the starting grid, and it's Alex CDL who's on pole position now, and they're waiting for the lights. And it's go, and it's a fantastic start from Cherryberry, who's sliding and squirming his way through, and he tries to get on the inside of Scuderia Sam with a mixed light contact, but it's Stuart Davis who's leading after an absolutely storming start. And now we're looking at Alex CDL in second, and that's Chris Doherty up into the third. Scuderia Sam's down to 4th position from second on the grid. He was pipped to pole position by about 1/10 from Alex CDL. And now they're going side by side now as they head through the old Cox Maggots section here at the classic Silverstone venue. And it's Scuderia Sam, they're just overtaking Chris Doherty around the outside. And now we've got Hutchcar and Cherryberry side by side. And now they're heading on to the Hangar Straight, and Hutchcar's not giving in. He's going to run Cherryberry out wide, and they touch wheels, they clash wheels. And they're now heading down the Hangar Straight towards Stowe, and that's Chris Doherty as well, attacking Scuderia Sam, trying to go around the outside of Stowe corner there. Is he going to get him? We'll have a look at Chris Doherty now, and he swoops around the outside. And there's some bollards going absolutely flying everywhere there. Someone's hit those quite clearly. Bit of carnage already here, Stuart.
Yeah, good old Silverstone, yeah, a few bollards flying around all over the place. And yeah, Chris running a little bit wide there. Stuart Davis is going to be on the inside of Alex CDL. I think it's the Wellington Straight they're coming onto now. It's going to be Alex in the slipstream. Sort of ducking, diving, weaving all over the place. Scuderia Sam's up the inside of Chris Doherty as well as they come into Woodcote. And they get late on the brakes there, and Alex CDL gets a wobble on sideways, cuts across the grass, throws the ball out at Stuart Davis. Stuart says have some of that. And round they come there through Copse again. It's a bit different to modern day, isn't it? It's hard on the brakes there as the nose dives down into Copse there. Scuderia Sam on the inside of Chris Doherty. You can hear him bouncing on and off the throttle there as they go around. Oh, slight contact, but Sam's just about held it. Yeah, crazy first lap.
There's a fantastic duel going on for first and second, and then we've got third, fourth and fifth as well, with Cherryberry now joining the party, and Alex CDL is getting really sideways, and Chris Doherty, and now Cherryberry goes absolutely airborne and lands on Chris Doherty. Thankfully we've got damage turned off, and Chris Doherty there hardly believing what's just happened, gets going again, but he's been passed by Hutchcar now in the yellow machine, and he's got the big bad wolf. He's coming for a cup of tea in the party as well. Tea party, you could say. Unfixed Throne is down in 8th at the moment. We haven't seen much of him so far. He's had a bit of a poor start. Oh, look, Big Bad Wolf riding on board now, and that's Chris Doherty off in the wall in a big cloud of his own tyre smoke, off into the barrier, and now he's in 7th position now, look, Chris Doherty. So a couple of corners there, absolutely disastrous for him, because he was up there fighting for 3rd with Scuderia Sam, wasn't he?
Yeah, unfortunate second lap for Chris. It looks like it was his own issue. Oh, Alex CDL there. That was a sort of a strange moment. What's happening there? Stuart Davis. Oh, that was a weird one. Anyway,
yeah,
through Woodcote, Scuderia Sam. Yep, there we go. Says thank you very much. Not quite sure what's going on. As Stuart Davis pulled a Casper, and Sam went straight through him there.
Yeah, it looks like he ghosted, didn't he, on the straight heading down to Woodcote, and Scuderia Sam drove straight through him basically, and then he sort of teleported again back at Woodcote, and then Scuderia Sam went around the outside of him as well. But now look, Stuart Davis is all over the back of him. He's like a bad rash, isn't he, Stuart, when he's all over you like this?
Yeah, he might resent being called a bad rash, but yeah, I certainly get the sentiment. As through they go. What's that? Yes, Maggots, Beckett, still the other section there, onto the Hangar Straight. Surprisingly tight, that the exit coming onto there. It's very easy to run wide. They're side by side now coming into Stowe.
Look at this, great view.
Yeah, hard on the brakes. Like you can take this corner very wide. Yeah, there's lots of different ways around there. There's Scuderia Sam. I think he saw Stewart coming for the cutback there.
Yeah, you could see that, couldn't you? These two, of course, have been racing each other for a very long time now. They're teammates in the karting endurance races, and they know each other like a book when it comes to racing, you could say. And Scuderia Sam read that very well. He saw Stuart Davis coming for the cutback, but I'm sure Stuart here, he's going to be pushing him for all he's worth. He hasn't won a race for a while, has Stuart, but he's been very close to. Oh, he's running wide now, doing some rallycross, but he's not going to let Scuderia Sam scamper away with this one.
No, and just behind there is Cherry Berry and Alex CDL. It's Scuderia Sam going through the bollards there. Luckily for Scuderia Sam, they're made of pixels, so as are the tyres, fortunately. So yeah, there we go. Off they go, and Cherry Berry, Stuart Davis, Alex CDL, Scuderia Sam. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, I mean, you've got the team knockmates there, and thankfully at the moment they are separating each other from Stuart Davis and Alex Ideal, who have history, let's say, as well. So, like I say, Stuart, what could go wrong here?
Yeah, I don't think Alex and Stuart, they didn't necessarily take each other. Oh, yeah, again, those they're definitely pixels, aren't they, those bollards? They're not doing any damage to the cars, fortunately.
It seemed like that.
Yeah, but I don't think Stuart Davis and Alex have taken each other out that often, whereas they have come together a few times. So when is that Scuderia Sam at the front? Oh, jeez, wall of tyre smoke there, and Alex was quite lucky there. He didn't rear end Cherry Berry. That could have been messy all around for them there.
Yeah, these cars, you do have to drift to get into the corners, and sometimes if you drift it a little bit too much, as Scuderia Sam just did there, it creates a massive screen of smoke, which could be useful for someone who's following behind and to distract them a bit. Oh, Scuderia Sam now runs a bit wide, and Stuart Davis says, thank you, I'll have some of that. And now Scuderia Sam's got the inside line though, but I think he's lost so much momentum that Stuart Davis is going to easily take that position away now. So he takes the lead to Stuart. Cherry Berry was looking for a bit of fun there to join in the party, but he outbraked himself, and now he's fallen into the clutches of Alex CDL in the white car. Alex CDL had a bit of a spin, didn't he, with BTCC down at Monza. He managed to fight back to second, so fantastic drive from Alex to get back there. As Scuderia Sam kind of went away with the win on that one after a battle with Stuart Davis too. Cherry Berry wasn't present, was he, at Monza? So he's looking to get straight to the top of the leaderboard here and make up lost ground.
Late entry into the series, Cherry Berry. He's taking these cars like a duck to water. Scuderia Sam up the inside of Stowe. Stuart Davis gets the switch back this time around. He says, yeah, that's no problem. You brake later than me. I'll just do the corner as it should be while you go wobbling off on the side of the track.
Yeah, just a little bit too ambitious there, I think. But now he's got the slipstream coming down the Hangar Straight. They've all got the slipstream coming down the Hangar Straight, apart from Stuart Davis, who's at the front of the pack. And Scuderia Sam's looking for the inside, but he's not quite got a little bit too much drifting going on there. You do have to do that to get the nose in, but yeah, you can overdo it a bit, can't you? But now they come up to what's this corner now? Club, is it? Oh, Scuderia Sam down the inside, a late dive, and Stuart Davis didn't see that one coming. He was out-lunged. Mr. Lunge was out-lunged.
Yeah, wow. Great move by Scuderia Sam, all locked up sideways, but somehow you get the feeling it was everything was under control. Oh, Cherry Berry is not quite in control there, but he just about held it. And we haven't quite seen these guys get into a four-way fight there. Stuart Davis goes for a bit of a mad one around the outside.
Yeah, you can see that nearly came off, actually, to be honest. He managed to control that car side very, very well there. Now he's got a great exit of the last corner as they head now on to lap 6, and Scuderia Sam's had to go defensive, so this could slightly disrupt his exit from the corner, and Stuart Davis knows it, and he's looking for the cutback, but unfortunately for him, Cherry Berry is now all over him, and Alex Ideal, and there's four of them coming down now into Maggots and Beckett's complex. What's going to go on here, Stuart?
Nothing good. Come around there. Oh, there's a car up into the thing with Stuart Davis, just trying to stay away from all the craziness. Alex CDL does what Alex CDL does, and he's on the ground. Ironically, you might get a good run on the three of them coming onto the Hangar Straight now, but Cherry Berry is absolutely all over the back of Stuart Davis. He's got the inside line. I think this move might be done, but as we've seen, nothing seems to be lasting for long in this race. And around Stowe they go. Cherry Berry. Oh, Scuderia Sam barges Stuart Davis out of the way there. I think that was a case of 2 into 1 doesn't quite go, but this all seems fair enough to me on that one. So
now we've got team knockmates versus Alex and Stuart. They're all together now.
Yeah, I don't think there's any teammates or any friendliness going on here. And here they go side by side onto the Wellington straight now. This is... Oh, Scuderia... Oh, that's a rare one, isn't it? Scuderia Sam on the grass, and he's proper all over the place. I think he's just about held it, looking at it. Yeah, there we go. And I assume, yeah, a very early pit entry here. So I think yeah, there he is. Scuderia Sam in the pit lane, doing his customary out of the frying pan into the nice cool water next to the frying pan.
You're usually good at analogies, Stuart.
No, that was yeah, out of the frying pan into the something not quite as hot.
He has got a bit of history of when things are getting a little bit hot at the front and there's a lot of battling going on. Diving into the pit lane and trying to get some quick laps in to leapfrog his rivals, and we'll see if it works here now. He did lose a few positions there with that massive slide he had coming onto the I don't even know what the straight that is. That's a Wellington straight, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, no, Stuart Davis now riding on board with Stuart. We've got Cherry Berry and Alex CDL just up ahead, and Alex is looking for the inside on Cherry Berry. Cherry Berry's seen him coming, and Stuart Davis is going to hang fire, see if he can see what's going to unfold here and switch back and get both of them. But Alex CDL's gone through on the inside, and that's disadvantage Cherry Berry's exit. And now Stuart Davis is in the slipstream as well, and Alex is defending the inside, and Cherry Berry looks for the switch back. Oh no, it's not quite working out this time. But this is a very fast left-hander coming up. It's just about full throttle this one, isn't it, Stuart, if you get the right line?
Yeah, you've got to turn in about 10 days early to get round it, and Alex CDL's been barged off by Cherry Berry.
It's very rare you see cars going side by side there and they're both making it through.
Yeah, you've got to be... Oh, nice one, Alex. That was through the catch fencing, and I think Stuart Davis just about got away with... I think they've all got away with that one, but Cherry Berry scampered off now. He's got about a second lead, which is probably the biggest lead anyone's had in this race so far. And there's Hutch car through the chicane there. Got the ball on his own at the moment, and yeah, his main race today is with Chris Doherty, who at the moment is lapping a little bit quicker than Hutch car. So yeah, by a second and a bit in fact. So it's going to have to get a bit of a move on.
Yeah, he's not going to... Well, we're on lap 8 now, there's 18 laps, and I don't think Hutchcar's going to be able to hold that position if the current rate of catching up by Chris continues, is it?
No, I don't think so.
Oh! And that's Scuderia Sam off into the wall, and I'm hearing he's run out of batteries on the remote controller there. He was already complaining from losing his force feedback during the early stages of this race, and now he's completely lost batteries and he's in the wall. Fantastic development in this race, Stuart.
Yeah, it's certainly good for the championship. It'll hot that up, but say unfortunate for Scuderia Sam. It's his own fault, really, isn't it? You make sure your batteries are charged before the race, and the same when you put fuel in the car. But no, that's not ideal as far as his race is concerned. He is dropping back all the time now, opposite part there. I can only imagine him scurrying around now, trying to find a USB cable or another AA somewhere to get. Oh, and away he goes. So he's obviously got that plug back in.
Ruined his race. He was hoping to get the leapfrog on the other three drivers up ahead, Cherry Berry, Stuart Davis and Alex CDL, who he was battling with. And I think a four-way battle has now been reduced to a three-way battle as Scuderia Sam tries to limit the damage now. Oh, and Alex CDL and Stuart Davis pitting together, look. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, just decide let's have a little breather, have a little cuddle in the pit lane.
A cup of tea.
Yeah, so of course the guys, they won't be changing tyres, they won't be taking on any fuel. The pit stops are purely for sporting, just to create a little extra dynamic for the race. So
yes, every driver has a mandatory pit stop to take, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. So Cherry Berry saying, I'm not going to take mine just yet. You guys can go and have a little cuddle and a calm down. And we'll resume fisticuffs when I exit the pit lane in a few laps' time.
This could be an absolutely strategic mastermind from Cherry Berry here. He's letting Stuart and Alex pit together so they come out together as well and start battling while he just sets his own fast laps. We've seen the lap times that Cherry Berry's been putting in. They're certainly not hanging around. So we'll see here. It could be game on for Cherry Berry. He could come out with a nice handy lead. But in the other side of the battle, Stuart Davis and Alex CDL, they're no slouches either, and they're going to be knowing that if they're going to start battling each other hard, and they'll be probably talking about this on the mic as well, won't they? Because the drivers talk to each other, a lot of them do. That they're not going to fight each other too hard until Cherry Berry pits. Otherwise, of course, it's just going to hand the race to Cherry Berry. With Scuderia Sam out of contention too now.
Yeah, that's it. And unfixed drone will be seeing Scuderia Sam at the bottom of the timing standings there and thinking, oh, this is a new one. I like this position.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's
And
not
Big Bad
Scuderia
Wolf.
Sam, yeah, it's Big Bad Wolf behind him there. He's having another ding-dong battle, as they have done in the past.
Big Bad Wolf, of course, was disqualified from the last race at Monza because of speeding in the pit lane. He had an absolutely fantastic he had a jump start, didn't he? And then it was a fantastic start as well, in fairness. And then he had to come into the pits for a drive-through and then was speeding. So he got disqualified pretty early on in the race as he goes past Unfixed Row now. Unfixed Row getting well out of the way. That's a bit of a shame for Unfixed, actually, in this race. He's not actually got a direct rival, has he?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. He's very, very smooth. Maybe he's struggling slightly to get the car turned in. I don't know. It could just be a case of these cars just really don't suit his driving style. We know he's a very smooth driver. He doesn't like to throw the car around, and as we said a few times now, you really do need to grab this car by the scruff of the neck and make it do what you want it to do. It's a horrible pit entry here, isn't it? That is
oh yeah,
a right pain.
Rising on board there, you can see just how difficult it is. And these cars aren't the best at going around slow corners, are they? They're just, you can't drift them at all going around slow corners. As Scuderia Sam now resumed 7th position. And yeah, coming through there, they just feel so clumsy. You can so easily just hit the barrier.
And of course, as soon as you get onto the power as well, the front end of the car just completely lifts off the ground. So you lose all front end grip, so you've really got to make sure the car's pointing in the right direction before you get on the power, which is why you see the drivers sliding into the corners to get that front end pointed where they want it to be before they get on the power. The earlier you get it facing the right way, the quicker you put your right foot to the floor, the quicker you get onto the straight. Simple, really, isn't it? It's,
absolutely.
synchronised slide in there from Alex and Stuart Davis.
Yeah, no, Alex Udel's going to be trying to get on the power early, but he's misjudged it and he's hit the wall slightly and he spears off onto the grass there on the inside, and that's really going to cost him now because he's fallen back from Stuart Davis. He won't even have the slipstream anymore, and Cherry Berry will be looking at time and thinking, oh, Alex Udel's lost a bit of time here, could be time to pit soon perhaps, before Stuart starts making inroads into his lead. What do you think, Stuart?
Yeah, I'd just be looking at the timing screens. I'd ignore, to a certain degree, ignore third place. It's, you know, what's second place doing? It's you don't want to look at it and think, oh, Alex has made a mistake. There's a nice big gap behind Stuart Davis I can slot into now. He needs to stay out, set some good lap times, and come out in front of green and yellow, the only traditional Lotus in the field. And yeah, just basically he needs to pull a Scuderia Sam and just speed away at the front. Really, have a nice peaceful race after the chaos of the first few laps.
Yeah, he lost 0.6 to Stuart on the last lap though, and he's, oh, Cherry Berry, look, in the pit lane now, he's hit the barrier. We were just saying about that, weren't we, Stuart? And Cherry Berry's hitting all the barriers here, and the pixelated cones as well on the pit entry, and he's now coming in to make a pixelated pit stop, and we're having a look now. It's a great camera angle. Cameraman's not having to run quite so fast today in the pit lane here. As you see now, him coming to the pit lane, making that mandatory pit stop, and it's going to be really exciting to see where he comes out here, Stuart.
Yeah, no time for a cup of tea, it's a quick stop. And,
yeah, no breaks to come with.
Yeah, milk, 2 sugars, please to go, and away we go. So that's
now,
Alex
where's
CDL.
Stuart? Where's Stuart?
Yeah, Alex CDL on the main straight, which means Stuart Davis must be there in turn. There he goes.
Yes, and now the number 16 car gets up to speed again, releasing that 400 horsepower, and he's ahead just of Stuart Davis's classic Lotus livery machine, and Stuart Davis is going to be staring at the back of that car now, and he's going to be thinking, oh no, just so close. And but he's going to have the slipstream now as they come down Hanger Straight, so it could be game on now as they head towards Stowe.
Yeah, so it looks like he's got a good run on him.
Absolutely, yeah. 0 to 60, 3.6 seconds these cars, but I imagine in the slipstream it's a little bit quicker than that. And Cherry Berry's looking in his mirrors, you can see, and I think he's been a bit unsettled here with Stuart Davis in his wing mirrors, and, well, to be honest, I think anybody would. Mr. Lunge in your wing mirrors, you know it's going to be coming at some point, and Cherry Berry knows that. These two have raced each other many times, of course, over the past. You can see that car just diving on the brakes. The suspension is just so soft on these cars, isn't it? It's not like today's Formula 1 cars that are just flat.
I'll tell you, if you want to have a good indication of how they work, apart from obviously archive footage of sort of vintage F1, is Grand Prix, the film. They use sort of cars from this era. 1966 it was made, something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, very, very good fun. I've only seen half of it, I think, but yeah, the race footage in it, it's all obviously genuine, and some Formula 1 drivers star in it as well. It's a real classic film for any Formula 1 fans or historic racing fans. Yeah, definitely, certainly a must watch.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. And this car, of course, is a classic, isn't it? And the Lotus 49, as the race kind of settles down, it's a good chance to just remember that this very car was raced for 3 or 4 seasons, I think, Stuart. And it had 2 drivers' titles with, I think it was Graham Hill and Jochen Rindt as well, even in 1970. Of course, the car was slightly modified, but it's the same chassis they used for like 3 or 4 seasons, and it won 2 championships. It's incredible to think, really.
Yeah, of course, unfortunately, Jim Clark, he did race this car in 1968, but it's obviously the year where it was...
67 or 68, I can't remember now.
Sorry?
Was it 67 or 68? I actually can't remember.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Either way, yeah, he was... obviously he had a lot of his success in the Lotus 25, but...
Yeah.
And so, didn't get a chance to really find the potential of the Lotus 49. Obviously, his life was and career cut short at Hockenheim in Formula 2 race. Hockenheim, obviously, the location for round 3 of this Jim Clark Cup. So, trying to stay as faithful as we can to sort of the highlights of Jim Clark's career. Obviously, he did Monza, where he had one of his greatest drives coming through the field after having was it a puncture he had? And dropped the lap behind the leaders. And then Silverstone, obviously, won it multiple times as well. Really made it his own. So, it seemed only fitting. The circuit was on the Project Cars 2 games, so it was rude not to take part here, really, I think.
Oh, definitely, and Jim Clark as well. I mean, he went a long way to actually developing these cars too. As you see now, Hutch Carr, he's defending from Chris, so Chris has caught him now, and Chris Doherty is going to be trying to look for a way past Hutch Carr, and the yellow car versus the green car here, number 20 machine versus the number 26 car, and Chris Doherty's definitely going to be wanting to make up ground, and it's a bit of a shame for Chris because he was in the fight as well at Monza in terms of his grid style and position. But he got taken out even before turn 1, didn't he? So both these races now, he's having to make recovery drives, and I'm sure he's going to want to put a much cleaner drive in at the next round. And well, really, through no fault of his own, has been taken out.
Ironically, I think it was Hutch Carr. I think crowded him slightly. It was, to be fair, I think it was just start line shenanigans. But
racing incidents, let's say.
Yeah, and Hutch Carr, of course, himself disconnected from the last race as well, unfortunately. So he's got a bit of ground to make up.
Yeah, both drivers out with a point to prove here, actually.
Yeah, it's looking interesting. A good battle here. Both, there's us talking about how they're crashing into each other, but they are good clean drivers, the pair of them. As they're about to go into... Oh, he's through. Chris got the move done.
Yeah, I think Hutch Carr ran a little bit wide coming out of Stowe. He went onto the grass a bit, turned his very expensive Lotus into a very expensive lawnmower, and unfortunately for him, that's Chris Doherty through, and I think he's going to scamper up the road now, judging by the pace that Chris has had in this race. And Stuart Davis is all over that inside curb at Copse Corner, and he's now right in the slipstream of Cherryberry. So Cherryberry had a slight lead, and that's come well down now. I don't think he made a mistake, or just Stuart Davis has outpaced him. But Stuart is looking for the inside now, and he's going for it. He's seen a gap, and he thinks, I'm going to go for it now. This is the chance. There's only a few laps left of this race, and Alex just a few... he's about 2 seconds back now from this pair. He's going to want these two to carry on battling, because that will draw him right into contention as well for the final couple of laps, won't it? And we could have a 3-way battle on the last lap. How amazing would that be?
It would be pretty good. Oh, Cherryberry with the dive bomb. The cherry bomb, as it were, and through he goes.
Yeah, we've seen the cherry bomb a
still
few
side
times.
by side Stuart Day. Oh, he held him off.
Down the inside again from Cherryberry. Is Stuart going to be able to go around the outside once more? I think he's going to try for it, but now they come up to that very fast left-hander, and it's going to be tricky now if they're going to go side by side. Now Cherryberry backs out a little bit. Oh no, but he hasn't. Look, he outsmarted Stuart a little bit there. Actually, he took a more conventional line through it, and Stuart just ran a little bit wide. That's incredible. And now Alex CDL is coming right into play as well. Fantastic stuff.
All of a sudden, it's got serious.
Oh no, Stuart, he's out of control. He made contact slightly with the back of Cherryberry's car in the last corner, and with the barrier too, and now that's let Alex CDL through into second. So yeah, like you say, it's all getting very serious now, isn't it? And it's battling, to be honest, not even at the front, but all the way through the field in these cars. It's been absolutely fantastic at this circuit, and also at Monza as well, and the feedback from the drivers has been superb, hasn't it, in terms of how fun these cars are, the fact you can just race them and drift them around the outside of cars as well. And now Alex is going for the inside, and Cherryberry's going for the outside, and they're just so raceable once you get your head around them. Oh
yeah, they're great fun. And Alex CDL, he's on the hanger straight now. Has he got the move done on Chuck? No, he's riding on board now. Cherryberry's got a right slingshot onto the hanger straight there.
Look at that rear wheel. Do you see it hanging up in the air then? Fantastic.
Yeah, great stuff. That's quite uneventful through Stowe there for Alex. So we're going to try the berry bomb on Cherry Berry. No, he's holding it back.
And this is Alex Udiel's big opportunity here. Look, he's going down the inside. Is he going to back out this one? Yeah, he does. He's probably thinking the championship. I was going to say it's a big opportunity. As they both run wide now, that might give Stuart Davis a run. With Scuderi Samuel out of contention for this race, and also possibly the championship now is looking very much in favour of Alex CDL, as long as he can try and maximise those opportunities here and try and get the win, isn't it? So he'll be really thinking about the championship here. Stuart Davis will be thinking, I'm not going to let Alex beat me again, and Cherryberry's thinking, I want my first win.
Yeah, that's it. As Alex starts to go around the outside and gets inside, Stuart Davis lunges on the inside. They're all well defended. I don't know who's in what position now. They're just cars going around and jostling, fighting, bouncing off each other. Well, not bouncing off each other. They're doing right actually, but Stuart Davis. Oh, you've been CDL'd by Stuart Davis.
Oh my god, wow, and now there's some more contact.
Oh.
So yeah, you can see now it's getting to the closing stages of the race, can't you? It's really hotting up now.
Yeah, Stuart Davis there. I think that was just Cherry Berry. I think he was just part of the Stuart Davis had such a run on him there. And yeah, he was in the right bit of the circuit. Stuart Davis wanted to be in his. Alex CDL now coming up the outside, and Cherry Berry's up the inside. Stuart Davis sandwich.
Oh, 3 wide there momentarily coming into Stowe. That's unbelievable, that is, that they didn't touch. Fantastic racing by all 3 of them. So now Alex CDL's into the lead. Can he make the difference here? Can he pull away on the last lap? Cherryberry's not going to let him, and Stuart Davis certainly isn't going to let either of them. So I can't call this one, Stuart. I don't know who's going to get this one. It could be any of them, to be honest, after the action we've seen here today.
Yeah, certainly going to be a close one, and Cherryberry running a bit wide there. Is that going to give Stuart Davis, I think it has given him a run. Whether or not he's going to be brave enough on the brakes, I don't know.
Oh, contact.
He had a go, and that's an interesting line through the chicane, but I don't think he had too many other options.
That was a Cherryberry special, that line was, that's really.
A la Donington.
Yeah.
So they go now into Stuart Davis. A very wide line there, looking to get a good run on the exit. Cherryberry seems to be better carrying the speed through the corner and off the other side into the adjoining counties, but
yeah, he was in a different county there momentarily. And now Stuart Davis is on the inside, but Cherryberry's going to have the inside for the next bit. This is, of course, the last lap of the race, lap 18 of 18. And Alex CDL's going to be loving this now. It's allowing him to get away, so he's looking the favourite now with half a lap to go. And now the side-by-side of Cherryberry and Stuart Davis coming onto the Hanger Straight, and Cherryberry's well off the track there. And side-by-side now, Stuart Davis is slightly ahead. Is he going to cover the inside, or is he going to cover the outside? It's very difficult to know what to do in these cars. He's going to stay to the outside, he is. And he's getting a nice drift on there. You can see momentarily a smoke screen deployed for Cherryberry, but he ran a little bit too wide, a bit too much smoke there. And for Stuart Davis, and Cherryberry's through now. So he's into second with only a couple of corners to go. This is looking good for Cherryberry now.
yeah, he says don't worry about that corner there, that's fine. Stuart Davis says, I might go have a look over there, that looks interesting, but it's done him no good in terms of keeping up with Cherryberry. Alex CDL, I've got to say, the end of this race is pretty boring, isn't it? This final tour down the Wellington Straight. Not a lot happening.
It's almost like the victory lap, this bit.
Yeah, that's it. Well, a good win for Alex CDL, thoroughly deserved, hard fought. But yeah, that's it. And Stuart Davis comes wide. Did he get? No, I don't think he did. That was close.
He nearly got him on the line. I think Cherryberry slowed down so much on the line, and Stuart Davis was full on opposite lock through there. He nearly got him on the line, did Stuart. But no, it was Cherryberry in second, Stuart third, and there's Chris with a great recovery drive actually, finishing just 10 seconds off the lead in the end in 4th position after passing this man here, Hutchcar, who comes home very, very solid 5th position. Big Bad Wolf. Oh, and that's Scuderi Sam off. I think he's disconnected his controller again with the USB cable, so it's all gone wrong here for Scuderi Sam.
Alex CDL, Stuart Davis will be looking at it thinking, good.
And just with one race to go, this is going to close the points up very nicely, isn't it?
Yeah, indeed. It's going to be a tough one, but the Hockenheim's going to be an interesting race. I think all credit to the drivers. That was a very hard fought race. If they could produce something similar in Hockenheim, I think that would be a great send off for the end of the championship there.
Yeah, absolutely. And Unfixed Drone was coming home in 8th position there. After a bit of a quiet one, but he did extremely well to, let's be honest, he's probably one of the only drivers that didn't throw it off the road, I think, or make any contact. Fantastic lap time there for Alex CDL, the winner. We'll have a look at the point standings in a second now. And yeah, the leaders, we basically stuck with them for the whole race, didn't we? That's where the action was, right at the front today. Alex CDL now, he has a 12-point advantage heading into the last round over Scuderia Sam. And then Stuart Davis is up into third, just 1 point behind. Chris Doherty and Cherryberry already look up into 5th place for Cherryberry. Fantastic first race from him. No D-Man today, so he's still down in 6th position, just ahead of Hutchcar. So join us next time where we head to Hockenheim for the last round of this championship. Join us there.